in some areas as well, because our mission is to serve the people of Tigray. Our mission is to bring stability to the region, to ensure that humanitarian assistance reaches the people of Tigray who are suffering at the cost of belligerence by a terrorist group. So they should not be the ones who are paying the costs of these challenges. And the continued feeding in of these kind of perhaps weapons or so on is working against the interests of the Tigrayan people within the region. Thank you.
Thank you. So the first question was about figures, and so I mean, there are several figures as far as the regional authorities are concerned. The reports they have seem to indicate that there have been several hundreds of victims of sexual assault and violence. And as far as the cases that have been handled by the military justice system are concerned, there are also some figures indicating that around close to 30 soldiers who have been involved in this kind of activities. So we're trying to collate that data from different sources and come up with a clearer picture that shows the whole picture. In relation to this, I think it's also important both for the media and other entities to note the fact that prior to leaving Mekelle, the TPLF had released close to 10,000 hardened criminals and convicts. So there are many convicted criminals, hardened criminals that are at large who might be engaged in all sorts of heinous crimes. Now, the other questions, most of the questions relate to whether or not Eritrean troops have been implicated in some of these acts. According to our investigation, in some of these instances, Eritrean troops have been implicated. So that's the answer I have. So most of the other questions related to, in one way or the other, related to this matter. So that addresses it. In relation to this, one other fact I would like to bring to your attention was the fact that on these dates, at the end of November, the chairperson of the TPLF had issued a statement claiming that the TPLF had regained control of Aksum. There have, on this date and prior to this day, there have also been several calls by the leadership of the TPLF for the civilian population to take up arms and engage in fighting. So some of these incidents happened in this context. Thank you very much. As far as the economic damage of this conflict is concerned, I don't have a reliable figure at this point in time.
We can take a second round of questions, if any. Okay, if there are none, then I would just, there's a follow-up question.
There are media reports that suggest that the sexual violence is still going on, and even go as far as saying that there has been a spike in the past 2 months. What's your assessment of the situation?